the Sound Tracker, and I wanted to talk to you about the Spin Clean record washer. Now, maybe you've gone to a record store and you've gone through the $2 section, or maybe you've gone to a tag sale, a yard sale, a garage sale, or a flea market and looked for some of your favorite albums. And when you took it out to inspect it, it looked something like this.
Doesn't look good, does it?
Well, this can be pretty common. Sometimes people just tend to put their records in storage where mold, dust, dirt, and other elements can get at them. It sucks because it can make what ought to be a good playable record look like it should have ended up in the garbage. I found, though, that even the dirtiest record can still sound like it did the day it came off of the press. I've seen a lot of demonstrations of record cleaners, ones that looked like lint rollers, ones that were vacuums, and ones that were even a homemade pressure washing system, which, to be honest, looks a bit damaging over time, but I couldn't argue with the results of that one. It got it clean and played pretty well. For a while, I've also used a brush, which is good for surface cleaning and getting rid of loose dust particles, but it doesn't give you that real deep, clean feeling that you would want from a cleaning tool. Anyways, I found this tool, the Spin Clean Record Washer Mark II, and I wanted to test out how it worked on dirt, mold, dust, and, well, just about everything that gets on a record. Let's take a look. The washer unit I bought is the starter kit. It comes with everything you see before you. The basin, 2 brushes, 2 rollers, a 4-ounce bottle of cleaning fluid, 2 drying rags, and a lid. From what I've read in the documentation, the rollers here are designed to hold a 7-inch, a 10-inch, and a 12-inch record. I currently only own 7 and 12, so I can only demonstrate those. To clean the records properly, I'd recommend getting some distilled water. The reason for this is that it's gone through the distillation process, which means that the water was boiled and vaporized to separate it from contaminants in the groundwater. To clean a record, take the 2 brushes and drop them into place. This can be a bit fidgety at first. It's a very tight plastic. There we go. Alright. Next, take your distilled water and fill it up to the fill line. Okay, that looks about good. I'll be right back after I clean that up. The washer fluid itself comes in several different sizes: 4-ounce, 8-ounce, 16-ounce, and 32 ounces. This is kind of important because according to the documentation over there, they go by capfuls, so only for the 4-ounce bottle you use 3 capfuls, and for the other ones you only use 1 capful. Alright. So, let's get some fluid on this. There we go. Always over the brushes. At this point, I want to mention that the Spin Clean allows you to clean up to 50 records in one use. It also stores the cleaning solution for up to 1 week, so if you have to come back to it later, take the brushes out, squeeze out the excess fluid, and put the top on. Alrighty, so with the rollers in place, I'm going to start out with the 7 inches. This lovely one that I put in at the beginning, the Eagles. Well, slide it into place. Now, takes 3 turns, 3 revolutions per spin, clockwise and counterclockwise. It is pretty prudent to mention also that according to the label of the bottle, the fluid is not damaging to labels, so I'm pretty eager to see what becomes of that. I would hope that since we're spinning them both clock and counterclockwise, that it wouldn't be. There we go. Okay. And of course, we got the drying clothes, so. Alright. Oh. Okay. Upon first impression, that actually came out pretty well. This is my first time using this, so I didn't exactly get the chance to think this through before I started washing them, but make sure that you have a good place to put these when you're waiting for them to dry, because, well, as you can see, I've been using the cloth, which works well and good, but there's still a little bit of excess that tends to linger on them inside of the grooves. So I would say set them down somewhere, as I've been trying to do. I have a CD holster back there, but just somewhere where they won't get scuffed would be better. Ideally, I'd like to store them vertically while drying, but I don't have anything that's capable of doing that at this point. Just a tip. I'm going to try and clean out 50 records in one sitting, and this might take a while. mention at this point that I would really recommend that you put these back in new sleeves if you can get your hands on some. I unfortunately don't have any, so this has to go back into the same cover without the sleeve. But I mean, it looks fantastic. I mean, the dust, the dirt, everything that was on here is just completely gone, and it's shining. It's absolutely shining. It's very reflective. I mean, as you can no doubt tell from my ceiling light. Jesus. This one I'm actually hoping the cleaner will give a run for its money because, well, it's got a little bit of everything on it. I mean, look at it. It's got mold over there, it's got dirt on the top, and, well, a couple of really, really well-placed fingerprints. Please, Fragile by Yes, give this one a rigorous test. I'd love to see what these brushes can do. I am really, really looking forward to seeing how this sounds because, well, while it's still wet, everything that was on it is now gone, and the water is apparently significantly dirtier. Wow. Up next is one of my favorite things to find on a record, mold. This is Boston's Don't Look Back album, and let's see if we can get the mold off of it. Before washing this, I would not have even considered putting it on that record player because of the mold, and look at this. Everything is gone. I don't even know what to say! Alright, so this has been through 50 records now. I cleaned the maximum amount, and the water is absolutely disgusting. So, well, when you finish cleaning everything, take the rollers out, let them dry off, and squeeze all the excess out of the brushes. And let them dry off too. I'll be right back after I empty this. My final thoughts on this are, if you can, definitely pick one up. I cleaned 50 records in this, and each one came out looking as good as the last. As far as cleaning goes, it far surpassed my expectations and did everything perfectly. The only drawback that I can think of is, after about 15 records, these cloths end up holding more water than the Hoover Dam. So if you're cleaning 50 records in one sitting, have a microfiber cloth handy to dry some of them off. Washing 50 tends to be a bit time consuming though, so if you're going a few at a time throughout the week, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. One other thing. Keep your distilled water close by because when the records come out wet, the water level in the basin starts to drop. This happens every 20 records or so, so it's not too bad. Overall, this is still perfect for cleaning, and I'm really looking forward to the next batch. Now let's take a look at how some of them sound so you can hear the result.